Viewers, welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. In this video, we are going to further discuss about a very interesting topic, that is about the nail lacquers. Nail lacquers are one of the key ingredient area of analysis in cosmetics. Nail lacquers also refers to the nail polishes. So either you say nail lacquers or nail polishes, they do mean the same thing. So let us begin. Nail lacquers, this is the matte finish. Nail lacquers derives its name lacquers from the French word lacquer, which means a kind of the sealing wax. So it is in short meaning a type of the sealing coat or the varnish layer that is being applied to the nails. So this nail product also provides a very trendy and shiny look to the fingers. Nail lacquers or nail polishes or nail varnishes or nail enamel, they all mean the same product. So they both are made up of a very key ingredient, nitrocellulose, that is dissolved in a solvent known as ethyl acetate. This substance acts like a thin film on the nails and that creates a cover and a protective layer when it dries off. So my dear friends, it is made up of a substance known as nitrocellulose. Nitrocellulose is a very inflammable substance. So it is being said that you have to handle the nail polishes very carefully. The reason being that nitrocellulose is even part of the explosive chemical listics. Now let us try to understand what are the ideal properties desired from the nail paints. So let us understand them one by one. All the nail paints should have the good adhesion properties. They should dry very fast. They should have a quick drying effect. They should be able to provide bright and vivid colors. They should be highly glossy so that they can provide the aesthetic appearance. They should cover the high coverage area. It means that it should spread very fast. It should be homogeneous. It should have the good elasticity property. It should not crack. It should be able to provide the suitable hardness to resist against the shock and minimize the chapping properties. So now friends, you are clear about what are the ideal requirements for the nail lacquers. So let us begin with the different types of the lacquers. When we talk about the nail lacquers, they are basically of the 5 types. First is the base coat, followed by the top coat, then gel type of the nail lacquers, matte type of the nail lacquers, and shellac type of the nail lacquers. So let us try to understand the difference between them. Base coat, as the name specifies the base, they provide the base layer, which is a kind of a new type of the layer, very thin layer to provide the protection to the nails. Once the base coat has dried up, another coat is being applied which actually imparts the color to the nails. This is known as the top coat. Now third type of the nail lacquer is the gel nail lacquers. So what is the difference between normal nail polishes and gel nail lacquers is that the gel type of the formulations contain a special ingredient, methyl acrylate polymers. So what does this polymer do? This polymer actually prolongs the shelf life of the stay of the nail paint on the nails. So generally the nail polish stay period is 2 to 7 days, but the gel type of the nail lacquer stay for a prolonged period of time till 2 weeks. So friends, you are now clear about the difference. So that is why they are more popular also. The fourth type of the nail lacquer is the matte type of the finish. Matte type of finish is different from the normal type of the nail paints. The reason being it is having a dull appearance instead of that shiny appearance. So if you found any dull appearance, it actually refers to the matte finish. Then the last type of the nail lacquer is the shellac type. It is a specialized again type of the nail lacquer in which the actually it is staying for a prolonged period of the time from 2 to 3 weeks. So the shellac type is composed of special ingredients which prolongs its shelf life. It is staying for 2 to 3 weeks. So you can recommend it to anyone. Anyone would love to have the, because everyone wants to have the stay period prolonged. Okay. So when we talk about the nail polishes are basically the solvent-based systems, non-aqueous solvent-based systems. So you can understand the chemical properties is that it is not water soluble. It is composed of several solvents. So let us try to explore what is in our nail polishes. So when we try to understand the formulation composition of nail paints, it is composed of these substances. The first is the film forming agents, basically nitrocellulose. Second is the resins. Third, plasticizers. Fourth, solvents. Five, pigments and thixotropic agents. So when we talk about these substances, the formulation component, the first is the film forming substance. It refers to the nitrocellulose. It is majorly used in the nail lacquer industries, but it is not, it is providing a thin layer to the nails, but that layer is not hard enough to sustain. So it is being mixed with other solvents like plasticizers, for example, castor oil or butyl stearide or fatty acids, and along with the resins. And even the pigments are being added, colors are being added to these solvent systems to impart the color. Now these colors should be approved from the FDA. Apart from that, the solvent based system is is all non-aqueous. So the simple mechanism is that once you apply that nail paint, it actually dries off. Once it dries off, the pigment is actually being reflected on, it stays on the nail paint, which is actually giving you that aesthetic appearance. Apart from that, the substance which is actually controlling the viscosity are the thixotropic agents that we shall be discussing further. So when we talk about the formulation components of the nail paints, nitrocellulose is able to provide the mechanical and chemical resistance to the nail polishes. Apart from that, the resin is being typically combined with the nitrocellulose to provide the adherence at the surface of the nail. So it is actually increasing the adherence to the nails. Plasticizers are added to increase the elasticity and flexibility of the films. Apart from that, other plasticizers like dibutyl phthalate is also added to the product to make it a hard appearance so that it is not getting scratched easily. So the ideal nail paint should be hard enough to sustain. Now let us try to understand the composition of these different types of the formulation agents. So when we talk about the solvent, it comprises of about 70 to 80% of the nail lacquer formulations. Examples are like acetone, ethyl alcohol, ethyl acetate, and butyl acetate. Second, resins. Resins comprises of about 12%. These are just approximations. 12% of the nail lacquer formulation, and the main ingredient is the nitrocellulose that we have discussed. Third are the colorants. Pigments are basically in the range of 5%. Now they have to be FDA approved. These are generally pre-micronized. So colorants are available as a dispersed systems into these nail lacquers. Another formulating agent is the plasticizers. Plasticizers are generally added up in the range of 1%. So they are being added to keep the increase the elasticity property of the nail lacquers. Then suspending agent, they comprises in the category ranges of 7%. The examples of the suspending agents which are used are like clays, bentonite, hactorite, etc. Apart from that, nail lacquers comprises of fillers approximately in the range of 2%, for example the silica and other fillers. So now let us try to understand the simple formula of any nail lacquer. So you can see in this simple formula, nitrocellulose is 13% and the use is film former. Formaldehyde resin is in 11% to increase the adhesion properties. Dibutyl phthalates, ethyl acetate, butyl acetates, isopropyl alcohol, stearoalkonium heptorite suspending agents. So you can see three main ingredients there that are plasticizers, film forming agents, and other solvent systems apart from the suspending agents and the coloring agent. So this is the way it is being manufactured. Nitrocellulose along with the plasticizers is being added up, and once this is being added up, then colors are being added, micronized color forms are being added up, and the mass is then grinded. So once this step has been done, then the grinded mass is the pigmented mass is prepared, which is further mixed with the solvent in a stainless steel kettle. Now the kettle has a water jacket to facilitate the cooling of the mixture. Then it is being labeled and packaged for. So this was about the manufacturing of the nail polishes. Next, let us try to understand the mechanisms. So the mechanism is very simple. When it is applied as a thin coating, these solvents will evaporate quickly to leave behind the pigmented or the colored film. So the pigments or the affected particles are in a quasi-stable state. Once it is being evaporized, the thin film of the pigment remains there, suspended remains there. So with this goal in mind, the thixotropic agents like bentonite or silica are being added to the formulations. So our nail lacquers formulation understandings has been done, manufacturing has been done. Later on, they after packaging and they are being evaluated. So what are the evaluation criterias of the nail lacquers? First is the drying time. Drying time is very important because we want an ideal nail lacquer should dry very fast, within 2 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. So it has to be very fast. And we also test for the hardness. Hardness is again very important because if the layer is very soft, it will peel off very fast, it will be scratched. So in order to have that sort of hardness is being required so that it stays for a prolonged period of the time. Apart from that, the parameters being checked are like glossy characteristics. This is being checked with a glossimeter. Then abrasion resistance, to how much extent is the protection it is able to provide that. Then adhesion properties, to how much long it stays over the nail. Then water resistance, it should all the nail lacquers are, that is why, composed of the non-aqueous solvent, so that they can have a resistance. Then viscosity should be ideal, it should be having neither too thin nor thick, it has to be in the ideal range. Then the formulation should be stable within the stipulated period of the time. That is again very important for any nail lacquer. Now let us try to focus on one very important things. The solvents used into nail lacquers are largely to like that of formaldehyde, dibutyl phthalates, and toluene. My dear friends, I would like to here share one very important thing, that these solvents are linked to very much health hazards. What formaldehyde can even cause the cancer. It irritates the eyes and airways and skin problems. This has been proven in very research works. In many research, it has been clearly indicated that formaldehyde is actually a cancer-causing agent. So that is why it is also referred to as the controversial ingredient. Apart from that, the dibutyl phthalate. The dibutyl phthalate is like a plasticide suspending agent. It is being added into the formulation, but it is very harmful in the way that it is impairing the fertility problems. It is being known through many research areas that it is being linked to various harm very it is very harmful for the pregnant ladies and the child, for the unborn child. Then another solvent which is found to be harmful in the case of the nail lacquers are toluene. It is actually used to smooth the application of the polish. So in concentrated amount, the chemical affects the heart, liver, kidneys, and other nervous system. It sometimes also leads to dizziness, unconsciousness, eye irritation, and under prolonged exposure, mental impairment. So these, whenever you are buying any sort of nail lacquer, nail pen, please look for these chemical solvents like formaldehyde, dibutyl phthalate, toluene. They should not be present because, my friends, many research studies have shown that they are having a lot of harmful effects. So being a formulation scientist, one must be aware about the harmful effects of these ingredients, these solvents, and they should be avoided as far as possible, because it is fine to have the aesthetic appearance, good appearance on one side, but health hazard should not be compromised. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to Pharmacypedia for getting further updates. Thank you so much.